Hello and welcome to day 22 of MP Strong 365. You'll notice I cleared off some space, folded the mats up for some hardwood because we are going to slide it out and in today. I don't know if I can do that. I have to kind of step out first and then slide back in. You ever wash your floor with a towel? That is a great little hamstring warm up. It also kind of looks like a jig. So let's have some fun today. I am feeling like I need to be a little bit silly, a little bit mobile. Gonna get ready to go run. This can be done before or after a run. So we'll just start with some arm circles. So just take your left arm in front of you and make a full circle. You can step your right foot back. Just simple circle. I'm noticing I need to push out on my left leg a little bit, maybe try to keep the legs still so they're grounded into the floor, maybe bounce into a light lunge, 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back, switch directions with your circle, and switch legs. The other arm is like, why am I not involved with this? So just think about bringing your back muscles a little bit. Full sweep around the backstroke, bouncing in and out of your lunge. I'm gonna press more weight into my right pinky toe. Big circle with the arm for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take your hands behind your back, cup your palms together, and sweep your head down between your thighs. Pull your belly button into your spine. Take 3 breaths. Pull your shoulders up and back. Try to let your head and neck release and clasp your palms a little bit more. Good. And we'll sweep back up to standing. Pull your glutes in. Sweep your arms up, big stretch, and we'll come to the other side. So arm circles, just start moving here. I never finish anything. So my watch going into the insertion point, I'm just like, yeah, it's clasped, that's good enough. Yeah. So same leg is forward, right leg is forward. I'm gonna try to push weight to the outside of my right frame, kind of bounce in and out of my lunge, just getting movement through the whole body. Meaning you don't have to, like if you isolate this just the arm, you can't get as big of a circle, right? Everything, and there comes the burp, is moving together in the body. You get more power, more momentum, more swing. This is like a shot put. Yeah, shot put. And we'll go 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch legs, switch directions. Right leg is back. Bend the right knee a little more. I don't like to admit this, but I think I might have gotten a little bit of a germ infestation. I blame Washington, D.C. No. Let's get down. New environments, new germs, right? So whenever you travel, you got all sorts of things. Your body's like, what is this? So you might have a heightened immune response. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So we're done with those. We're going to come into a calf exercise. So you can do this on a wall. I'm going to do it on this foam roller just to stay visible. So I'm going to face to the side, and we're going to come up onto our high tippy toes and then drop the knees. And when you drop the knees, you want to keep the knees behind the front toes. So I'm going to place my arms out to help me keep my knees behind my front toes as opposed to my back toes. I don't know. So keep your knees. Your toes should be ideally visible if you look down. Okay, so bending the knees. Slide the knees back, slide the hips back, push against your wall or your tabletop or your foam roller, and then we'll rise Well, drop the heels down in this position, then rise up to standing. So we held that one quite a bit. The flow is going to be raise the heels, drop the knees, press the heels down, come up to standing. I learned this from my favorite YouTuber, Maddie Madfit. She was a former dancer. This helps connect that calf with your glutes. Okay? I'm going to try to loosen this motion up. Just sliding up, setting the hips down, press and lift. So it's knees up, hips down, heels down, come up to standing. Heels up, knees bend, press the heels down, come up to standing. Heels up, knees bend, press the heels down, come up to standing. To get that last centimeter where you're trying to keep your knees behind your toes and your heels high is the hardest part, the hardest nut to crack. So if you want to stay down with your knees bent a couple times just to kind of press, I'm trying to work into my ankles, get them ankle flexibility here. So you might shake and shimmy, think about your shins to the top part of your calves. So I'm staying down with bent knees. I'm going to try to lean back and extend even more. Couple more times. And then we'll just do 8 to finish. So you come up, bend the knees, press down, rise to stand. Up, bend the knees, press down, rise to stand. Up, bend the knees, press down. Gosh, that's hard. One more time. All right, so next up, back, well, let's do a calf raise too. So, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's do a hamstring exercise, so hamstring warm up. When you do a butt kicker, the idea here is that you want your hip flexor on the other leg to not droop, like not sink, like not drop back, like not go further inside you because they're already there inside you. So we want to keep that standing hip flexor exposed and kick the back leg up. Okay, so this more mimics like what you would want out of a running stride. You don't want your hip all sunken when you're doing it. So try to keep that front hip flexor shining forward and then kick yourself in the butt and switch legs. So I keep my mind on my hip flexor in the front, maybe bending the standing leg a little bit. Good. Just think about drawing that tailbone underneath you a little bit. Curling the toes up towards your butt as you kick your heel up there. Trying to stay kind of bouncy in this. You can obviously take this to a run, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Might do that at the end. But just starting here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Now we'll come into back calf pliets. So take your object, hold on to it, lift your heels up high, and then press your heels and kiss them together. Keep your heels pressed together, kiss together the whole time as much as you can. Keep your heels above the floor. Press your inner thighs together. Press your inner thighs together. Press your inner thighs together. Heels are up. Inner thighs are pressed. Press, press, press. Press the heels together. In 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Set the arm out. Yes, there is a reason ballet does this. It is to get the whole body involved in the process. Bend the knees, hello creature, and straighten. Right in the shot. Bend the knees, press them out, kiss the legs back together. She's used to these antics. Good. I'm trying to get an equal press of the heels, press the inner thighs, and then as I come down, opening up into that oval envelope, shining your inner thighs to the outsides of the body. The arm is to help you not collapse. Stay tall, stay long. You will feel it more in your core. Little frog with high heels. That's an image. Remember the dancing frog from Looney Tunes? Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. He never got famous, that guy with the frog. I feel like my dog is the same way. 3 more times. She does funny stuff just with me, but she will not do it for anybody else. And mostly be nice versus a terror on planet Earth. Okay. So our next one is a front slide with a reach. I am going to not use anything right now. We may add a weight to this. I was contemplating using a foam roll. So front slide, you're in your socks or you have a towel underneath your foot on the floor or something. We're gonna go front slide, slide forward, take your inside of the leg hand down to the floor and then slide back up to standing. So I'm gonna clean those up as I go. Maybe add both arms. This is all about just building full body mobility in one fell swoop, literally. One fell swoop. Great. I think she's bored. Well, guess what? It's gonna be mommy plus canine on our first half of the jog at least. But she's all right to run with. It's just like always mildly annoying. Anybody run with their dog? Great, the front leg stays tracking. It doesn't fall in. It doesn't go too far out. Front heel stays lifted on your front slide. Good. Get length through the waistline. 3 more times. Squeeze the back glute as you come up to standing. Migrating a little bit. Oh yeah, she's ready. One more time. Good, stay in your lunge. Go into a push-up position. Slide that foot back. Okay, before we switch sides, we're gonna bring both knees into the opposite sides of the body. So tuck them right, back to center. Tuck them left, back to center. Tuck them right, back to center. I'm actually not gonna bring them all the way into the elbow. I'm gonna bring them in halfway, trying to imagine that I was jumping up on something. Jump your legs up. Jump your legs up. Three, 2, and 1. That's great. Come into a little stretchy stretch. And we'll slide to the other side. I don't know why I keep grabbing this, because I was going to do we'll do them on the back, but with the front slides, you can use an object, a weight or whatever, and when you slide forward, you can kind of chop or swing the weight up. So we're going to do it with our one fell swoop. One fell swoop. Remember what leg you did. Slide forward. One fell swoop. You get about 10 of these in, 8 to 10. Cup the back glute underneath you. I'm going to try to let my head and my neck go. If you have a opportunity to use a mirror or to pay attention to that front leg, you want it to stay tracking, straight line, not falling in or out. This one is extra special. Like it doesn't like to stay straight because the hip doesn't go right. So I'm just like trying to get the hip. The hip is the whole reason the knee moves. So just FYI. Like the hip is tighter in some spots than others, then the knee will just go wherever it needs to go to get the hip to fold the way you're asking it to. Hence why people have knee problems. It's not your knee, it's your hip, mostly. One more time. Das ist good. All right. Front back slide rotate. Okay, before we do that, let's come down into our push-up position one more time. Into our push-up position, and let's do breaststroke kicks, because these will be kind of hard. So we're in our push-up position. I'm not even on gliders because the socks are the same, pretty much. I'm gonna knock this thing right over, aren't I? Okay, and we breaststroke kick and bring it back together. Breaststroke kick, bring it back together. Walking on your hands is good too. I'm telling you, mopping your own floors with your hands is like it's like my Saturday morning thing, because like I don't want to do anything. So at least it's almost like a warm-up. I just get a rag and usually start with the corners, like underneath the kitchen counters, and I just start wiping with my hands. And I'll like reach out extra far with my hands so that it makes my core engage too. Let's go 5 more breaststrokes. Good. And squeeze those glutes. And in your push-up position, walk yourself back to your feet with your hands. And come up to standing. We're going to come back step with a chop. So back step, I'm going to slide. You can step, like feel free to step, but I'm going to slide. I'm going to slide back. I'll face it to the side. We will slide back, one leg back, and I'm going to chop. So, sorry, I keep changing my mind. I'm going to add a weight. You can use your foam roll. I'm going to use a semi-light dumbbell. So let's go right leg slides back. Weight comes up to the left-hand side. Right leg slides back. Weight comes up to the left. And back to where you stood. Same side, same everything. La, 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 la. 4 left. Ah! I don't know what I was doing on that. 2 more times. Tracking, tracking, tracking. And you are good on those. Let's go right to the other side. So we'll slide back, left leg, swing up to the right. I'll switch directions so I can shine towards you. Yeah. Left leg sweeps back. What do you do when your brain just doesn't go anymore, but you're like at work and like then you end up like doing things that you don't really need to be doing, and in those busy times at work you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this to be done. Like I'm gonna do all the wonderful things that I had planned in my life. As soon as this X task is done, and then like you don't, because your brain melted and all you want to do is stare at the ceiling. 3 more times. No, not like that for you? Okay, good. 2 more times. Why do you think I have propaganda all over this house, man? This does not get easier. I used to have clients, good, in like when they'd be in a right fit state, they'd say like, we don't all look like you. And you know how I would respond? Do you think I fell out of bed this way? And this way, I'm not saying like, oh, look at me, I'm the pinnacle of fitness, but like muscle mass, general shape, diligence, like don't want to get fat, like truth, like I do not want to be a heavy person. I like being light. And, but it's hard. It is hard. It is always hard, forever hard. So that's why we're here together right now. And we are going to finish with the world's greatest stretch and a new type of way to do a reverse fly. And then we'll call it. So, world's greatest. I don't know why they call this. So you're going to place your hands. I'm actually going to use a height of my dumbbell. Because I want to get real with my own range of motion here. So I'm in a front lunge position. I'm going to work on getting longer through the trunk part. Okay. So you can do these on the floor. Again, most people do. I often do as well. But instead of that, I'm going to try to get my back longer and flatter and really feel my hip in the bottom engage on the right leg. So it's almost pressing in, it's active in the floor versus just compressed. Then remove a hand from your step or your shelf or your chair or your dumbbell, and we'll sweep an arm overhead and then sweep the other arm overhead. So I could use like a flat bar in front of me because these are delicate to balance. They're, you know, may or may not fall over. But so I might turn them sideways in here in a second. I'm getting like the most height out of these dumbbells, about a foot away from the floor. One more time, and then I'll flip them. So lower on the height, and that way I can just press down into the dumbbell and just feel delicious, right? So yes, I'm using my upper body to kind of push against that dumbbell to get my rotation through world's greatest. Just a couple more times. Great. The runner's lunge version of this, by the way, is where you put your hands on the inside of your front leg and you can come down onto the floor or onto dumbbells, but their hands are on the inside of the front leg. So let's switch legs and we'll do the other side, world's greatest. So make your way back up to a put together position. And I'm going to start, I know what I'll do. Again, all I want is height. I don't care how I get it. So I'm going to add a pad. That way I don't have to be so like rigid in my world's greatest stretch. So, all right, weights are on the edge of the pad. Like I don't want to have to feel like I have to balance on the weights because this side is hard enough. For the same reason that my knee rotates internally when I try to do a lunge on my right leg, when you turn to the inside of your front leg, if you notice you're like extra wobbly, I just like, manifested that into being, okay. So press your hip down and sweep up. Your hardest angle is often the one that needs to get the most stretching and activation. So if my knee's falling in, that means my inner thigh, like the inner part and the outer part of my right leg, like are not simpatico. And so I'm just gonna move it a little bit faster into that lunge. Just sweep, sweep, press the foot down on the front leg. And try to get height through my length through my trunk. One more time. All right. So I'll bring it up to standing. Finish with a fun reverse fly, a new age reverse fly. So I'm gonna grab super light dumbbells, maybe even no dumbbells are fine, and we'll come into that reverse fly. So first thing is just, if you can get a mirror, get a mirror. If you want to do this on your knees or that's fine too, or with legs split. So bending over just a little bit from the waistline, you're going to take the reverse fly Feel that appearing like in the upper back and the neck. And I want to get lower. Like I want my reverse fly to come into between my shoulder blades. So if I'm doing like the Hulk here, I'm really stretching out the upper back between the shoulder blades. I need to pull my belly button to my spine. And then once I reverse that, it's to get those bones in your spine together. And then give yourself a big hug on the way in. Spread the upper back. And then reverse fly. Spread the upper back. And then reverse fly. Switch which weight is in front. Give yourself a hug. Spread the upper back. Then reverse fly. Good. Now just do reverse flies. Might unlock something by going to that full range of motion with a stretch first and then a contraction. So these are much easier to sort of slice and squeeze together. In 4, if you have a weight, drop it. Good, I'm gonna set those weights down and come up to standing for a little bit of a squeeze up on the hip flexors and then go back down. I'm gonna face the side so I can see what I'm doing in the mirror. So I am getting my elbow joint ready, doing this motion, because this hinge from the elbow is going to finish our reverse fly. So you do a reverse fly, but then swing from the elbow only. And when you bring your hands away from each other, pull your fingers in towards each other. So do a reverse fly, swing it out, bend from the elbows, then just keep this motion going. Okay. So every time you extend your hands, try to drag your shoulder blades together a little bit more. Feeling long fingers, long wrists, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. Good. From the side, completely flat back. Getting those triceps to work a little bit. Pulling it into the back of the shoulders. I'm going to finish with a big hug for myself. 2 more times. And go ahead and fold down. Bend your knees liberally. Let your head drop. And find your back with your hands. Give yourself a hug. And slide side to side. Great way to do crunches in this full hugged position. So if you're able to hug yourself, you can close down the spine. Just really, I'm going to try to roll even more. Oh my gosh, this is like not rolling. There we go. I'm trying to push the middle part of my back. And yes, I have the mirror so I can see which parts of my back are rounding the most. And then when you come back up, the straighter that you thought you were becomes straighter because you bent it, so you folded it so much, you rounded it so much, that when you come back up and you're straight, your straight becomes straighter. Okay? So, that's it. See you tomorrow.